heavy. Going down deep, I'm not ready. Silence is screaming, I just can't relax. Currents are strong and you're pulling me back. Oh, 'cause when I fall and hit the wall, the only escape is your voice in the rain, and that's when you whisper. And that's when you whisper. And that's when you whisper.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible? So, hey again, and good evening. I'm Devahuti, and I welcome you all to the MUN101 orientation session today. We're so delighted to have you here and the enthusiastic response from your end. And I'm sure that by the end of this session, you'll carry forward this same enthusiasm in filling our application form for your position in the team. That is attached. So we have a link as in the form. We have the form in the form of a QR code in the description below. We've also got an interesting activity planned for you all at the end of this presentation. So without further ado, let me introduce you all to the IITGMUN Organizing Committee that are here on call with us today. First, we have Vinda. Then we have Sahil, Pragyan, Suhail, Redam, and Devanshi. And now that you're familiar with few of the faces, without further delay, let's delve straight into the presentation today. So, a lot of you must be wondering, what is an MUN? I know there are lots out there who are already familiar with it and are part of the city circuits or the town circuits in school, but for the rest of you, I'll quickly brief you on it. Model United Nations, also known as MUN, is an educational simulation or an academic activity in which students can learn about diplomacy, international relations, and the United Nations. MUN involves and teaches participants speaking, debating, writing skills, and in addition to critical thinking, teamwork, and leadership abilities. Majorly, there are four building blocks that make an MUN happen. They are delegates, executive boards, international press, and the secretariats. Next slide, please. We also have committees, agendas, and matrices. These are some of the keywords that you'll keep hearing in an MUN. So, what is a committee? What is the purpose of a committee? Committee is basically a conference or with a certain agenda at hand, and the delegates there debate. What is the purpose of an agenda? We have agendas to brainstorm ideas based on a certain topic and then come up with resolution papers. Country matrices and power blocks are basically the alignments of the countries in the certain committee that is mostly decided by the international relations and the foreign policy of the respective country. Next slide, please. So, firstly, the delegates. They're the participants and the face of an MUN. They debate, ideate, and relentlessly work to formulate and pass a resolution paper for the agenda at hand. Next. The executive board, or the EB, generally moderates and gives direction to the debate, guiding the delegates in every proceeding of the event. And this very way, they structure the entire conference. The international press, or IP, are the journalists and the photographers, editing and formatting the newspapers and the newsletters where they report the proceedings of the sessions and the committee, which is later published at the end of the 2 or 3 day session. And finally, the Secretariat is the heart of the MUN that organizes and makes any MUN possible. For us, the MUN is like our little brainchild, and we build, ideate, discuss various agenda ideas, write out extensive background guides, pitch our MUN to the network, and see it all happen. We oversee the entire conference while it's happening to make sure everything goes per schedule, and in the end, we end up having most of the fun too.
Hello everyone, I'm Suhail and I shall be telling you about the IIT Guwahati MUN here at the campus we have. So currently we are the largest MUN circuit in the northeast of India, and it gives us immense pride. It gives me immense pride to say that have been consistently doing so since the past 12 to 13 editions of our MUN. So, as far as last year was concerned, we had our 13th MUN edition, and given the fact that the circumstances were grave, we did have the show must go on, and we did have our agenda, we did have our committees online. So we had the 12th. We had our 13th edition. For our 13th edition, we had two committees. That is the UNGA, United Nations General Assembly, and United Nations General Assembly, and the other committee was a Lok Sabha committee based on a parliamentary debate. That was the Lok Sabha based on a parliamentary debate. So we had for our two committees, we had around 50 participants together, and it was a really fun event given the fact that it was online. We had a intense discussion and debates for which you can go and check out our newsletter, the Quidnik. So now I would like to call my friend to further explain on the committees that took place at that last year and explain them further. So over to you.
Uh, Hello, freshers. Uh, I am Pragyan. Next slide, please. Just
Greetings, freshers. My name is Sahil, and I'll be briefing you all on the Lok Sabha agenda that we had last year in March. It basically dealt with one land, one law, which is essentially the Uniform Civil Code. As is mostly the case with Lok Sabha agendas, in this agenda also we got to witness some very intense debates and discussions. The discussions included significance and implications of UCC in India, how different religions would get affected by this, future implications for the judicial system, and pros and cons and other stuffs like that. Over to you, Pragyan.
Hello, freshers. I am Pragyan. For the UNG agenda, it was the cyber crisis, censorship, privacy, and misinformation. Uh, we all know that the global community has been enjoying the benefits of the digital age, and the cyberspace has become an important part of the modern society. With tech giants like Facebook, Twitter, Google enforcing their privacy policies, we also have the governments bringing in more and more laws regarding the issues. The agenda mainly focused on whether these policies are beneficial or harmful for the citizens. Thank you.
Hi, Precious. As you can see, the Kansali 1.0 was basically a pan IIT summit between IIT BHU and IIT Guwahati. And Kansali 1.0 was basically a one-day hybrid MUN conference where countries in blocks of four come together to deliberate on the emerging political, economic, and geographic challenges of drug trafficking, while also establishing international relations with other blocks of countries to strategize effectively over the course of four exciting tracks. So basically, the conference was based on drug trafficking, and it was a pan IIT inter IIT event between IIT BHU and IIT Guwahati. Thank you.
Hi, so I'm Vinda, and it's nice to see you all. So now that we've told you about basically all the conferences that we've had and how the structure of an MUN is, we would also like to show that we're not just all work and no play. So yeah, moving on to fun stuff. First of all, we here are the organizing committee of the MUN, and we are structured so that we have some people from all the years working with us. First are the heads. They are the third years and they oversee the conference and they mostly take care of the administrative side and they are part of the core team. Then there's us. We are the sophomores or the second year people, and we supervise the running of the conference and make sure everything goes neatly. And we are the ones who had to ideate the agenda and take it forward from there. And finally, the face of it all uh, are you guys, as Donald Trump is pointing out. So the freshers, or what you guys will be doing, you guys will be running the conference on the ground. You will also be helping us write the background guide for whatever agendas we decide, and you will have to interact with the delegates. And you will also get to handle the PR and marketing side or the creative side if you are interested in that in those areas too. So now coming to how you will benefit from being part of the organizing committee. So with us, you'll get to do it all. You get to do everything from writing the background guide to PR and marketing, and then working on creatives like basically blogs or posts for our Insta account or our Medium page. And so we would now like to show you a few pictures that we got. This is our team. This is the latest. These are the latest pictures that we have, and this is from Consili this year that we the conference that we had with IIT. So basically, it's online work and offline fun, as you can see. Uh, and this is how we are behind the scenes handling all the work. As you can see, it's only formal. The upper half is formal, but the lower half is just shorts or stuff. And this was the offline conference that we had on campus back in 2022 when things were all good. So these are pictures from that time. So moving on to the activity that we have for you guys, Devanshi.
Hi everyone, I am Devanshi. So I hope I'm audible. Now let's have a small activity. I'm going to put forward some questions in front of you, and then you can comment out your opinions about that in the comment section. So can we have the first question? All right. So, do you think that the government should have complete authority over the about the data of their citizens? So, previous year, a lot of debate was going around if the new privacy laws, which stated that the government should be given access to social media accounts and all the data. So, there was a brief spat with Twitter too, if you remember. So, what do you guys have to say about this? Somebody's here saying not if you're China, and all right. So I can see that a lot of you are against that. Yeah, so like Pratham Garg has mentioned that the Arogya Setu app tried to do this, but this feature was removed. Yes, that's true. To some extent, yes. All right, that's a differing opinion. Yes, this is a fair point that we all have a right to privacy and it's our decision. Okay, so yeah, you all have some opinions about this. We can see. Let's move on to another question now. Yeah. So the next question is the legal status of marital rape in India violate the fundamental rights like the right to live life with dignity, right to privacy, and right to equality? So currently, our High Court is in the process of hearing about uh, a law which says that the husband cannot be prosecuted against any sexual activity with his wife. So, yeah, what do you guys have to say about this? Do you think these laws should be removed? Yeah, so there are comments of both types. Most of you are saying yes. Yes, so like the Parth has to say that if it's against will, he deserves to be prosecuted. Can you guys put forward some more elaborated comments? Yes, as Ketan has to say that consent is a very important thing.
Good that people know that.
Yeah. As Nandini has to say, marital rape must be made illegal because women's rights must be protected irrespective of the fact that she is married or not. That is true. Yeah, marriage does not take away anybody's right to consent. All right, so here we have one differing opinion that there will be a lot of fake cases if this is imposed, but they should also look at how many cases are ignored currently and how many women suffer now. Yeah. Is a suggestion by Omkar that we should build another section against domestic violence named sexual harassment. That is a good solution, yes. All right. So,
Someone quoted Pink.
oh yes, no means no, the famous line. So, yeah, I've heard a lot of your opinions. So, I think let's move on to the third and our last question now. So here we have one question on economic matters of the country. Do you think privatization of airport is a good decision? So I think many of you must have noticed that a lot of nowadays a lot of the airports are being privatized, and most of them are being given to Adani Corporation. So are you for or against this? Just put forward your opinions in the comment section. We would love to hear from you all.
So, just to give you a background on this, this was something that we discussed while we were ideating our agendas. So, it was about the national monetary pipeline where the government gives control, like basically, of their assets to groups like Adani Group so that they can free up their money to invest in other infrastructural projects. And due to this, it creates a business monopoly, such as like as Devanshi mentioned, that most of the airports in India are controlled by Adani Group. So it essentially created a monopoly there. So is it a good solution or are there better ones?
So Shivam has to say that privatization is a good decision, but it should not be located to just one company. Meanwhile, we have a differing opinion that the people won't be able to afford the price hike. All right. So Ketan has to say that airports are heavy money investment, and the same money can be used in other ways. It's not government's job to do business. All right. So Ronak has to say that the concept of privatization of airport can be done as private companies add more to the economy of the country uh, than the government itself. There's a new comment that it says it creates competition between companies, which indeed is good for country. Mhm. So as Shlok has to say, the privatization could lead to higher prices in airport premises. That is true. That has been noticed. That obviously the privatization would lead to price hikes, and as somebody mentioned, that some people might not be able to afford if the prices are being high continuously. So Anurag has to say that the aviation sector is it's capital intensive business, so it's hard for the government to take care of it. Uh, yeah, this can be said that if the privatization leads to better infrastructure, for sure. But yeah, there's always the question of the price hikes and yeah, mono. Yeah, this is a good solution. We can say airports must be in partnership with some sort of a public controlled entities, so that it's just not in the hand of a few companies. So Om Kumar has to say that lack of sense of responsibility in government is leading me to say yes, it's a good step. Oh well, yeah, we all know the situation of how government handles businesses and infrastructure.
Yeah, but
So all right, I think we heard a lot from you guys. So as you can see, these type of questions are what we put forward and base our debates and our agendas around. so that the delegates can debate around them, and you guys will be there to prepare an intensive background guide around these topics and other similar ones. Our job is to ideate exciting and spicy topics like this that are worth talking about on the global stage. So this is
Yeah.
all we have from our side. I hope you had a good time, and please don't forget to
Also,
fill out the form.
if any of you have any questions regarding what we do, you can just put them up in the comments. We'll try to answer.
Yeah. So I'll just reiterate on the fact that please don't forget to fill out the forms, circulate the forms among your friends, and follow our social media handles. The form link is in the description, and our social media handle is at the rate IITG slash MU underscore MUN. So please make sure to follow that. Ronak is asked how to join. We'll circulate a form. You can fill the form, and then we'll see after that. Sorry, the form is not in the description as of now. We are just putting it. Just a second.
Yeah.
Sorry for the inconvenience. I think in the comment section you can see the form link. Somebody is asking, will the first year be allowed to debate? If you are entering this team as the part of the organizing committee, you will be, building the committees for others, the delegates to debate.
So, as a fresher in the MUN team, you'll be helping us form the agendas and helping us with our background guides. And on the event day, you'll be helping organize the entire committee at hand and the delegates and everything, tending to them and looking after if the conference goes well.
So the form link has been pinned in the comment sections. Please have a look at that.
You won't be able to be a part of the OC, organizing committee, and the delegate at the same time.
We're sending the form link again. So just, I think, be patient for a while.
Yes, you can become delegates, but that is a whole different procedure.
The form you will be filling is for the organizing committee and not for the delegates, for being a delegate. Yeah.
Yes, we have a newsletter with every edition, which basically summarizes what we had in that conference, all the committees.
Do you guys have any more questions? You can put them in the comment section.
So basically, if you want to join as a delegate, then at the time of the conference, we will be, after we are done preparing the agendas and everything, we'll be handing out forms. So that is later.
Somebody is asking what you all would do as fresher in the MUN team. I guess this point has been mentioned, but Devahoti, can you please go over it again?
Yes, so as a fresher in the MUN team, you'll be helping us with our research for the particular agendas that we are going to ideate upon. You're going to research and then write extensive backgrounds with us under our guidance, and we'll show you around. And then after that comes when the session draws closer, there'll be the PR and callings and marketing work where you have to pitch your MUN. And then on the days of the conference, you will be out there handling the entire conference and seeing it goes as per the schedule.
So there's one question that ultimately to become delegate, we have to join this organizing team. No, Ronan, that's not the case. The delegate forms will be separate and that will happen before the conference. This is solely for the organizing team.
Like, just to make it clear, if you want to, like, we are not delegates right now, we are part of the organizing committee. So basically we are the ones who invite delegates to debate, and we
Yeah.
just decide the agenda and release a background guide, which is basically highlighting topics, important topics about our agenda. And then there a part of our work also involves PR, which is making sure that people sign up as delegates for our conference. So if
Yeah.
you like work with us, then you'll be working backstage essentially.
Yeah, you will be interacting with the delegates while during the conference.
So Pratham is asking, does IITG participate in other colleges MUNs? So it's we don't participate in other colleges MUNs. As in, if you wanted to do that, you would have to basically fill out their form. And since we are students, Nandini is asking that can students from the organizing committee become delegates? No, because like that's essentially not part of our job. If you wanted to become a delegate, obviously studying in IIT Guwahati, or basically you can sign up as delegates, but this is not for that right now. We are basically from the secretariat or organizing committee, and we don't we are not delegates. We are not involved in the debating on the final day of the conference.
You'll be preparing the whole MUN, and it's your thing. You'll be bringing it up. Do you mean the dates of the conference? Slok Samant.
So the
Uh,
conference will be handled with the Alcheringa. So soon the dates will be released for both of them.
okay, so Harsh is asking if we are OC in the first year, then can we become delegates in second or third year? Let me put it this way: you can be a delegate as long as you are not part of the OC. So, like if you are in the MUN for the first year and then in second year you decide to discontinue, then yeah, you can take part in that.
So the topics to be discussed in the conference, we sit for days and months and ideate. Mostly it's the sophomores, and will obviously, you'll all be helping us. Our seniors will be helping us. So with every conference, we sit there and ideate and debate and plan out the structure of the debate and everything.
Okay, so joining the OC in the second year, most of the time, like the freshers that we get in first year continue with us in the second year. Like we don't take new people. Like I'm not saying that there's no chance, but yeah, generally we don't take people from the second year into the team.
The experience you gain in the first year as being part of the OC helps you do better in the second year.
Yeah,
And yes, you can definitely be part of more than one team for Ulcer, but it's just as long as you can manage and it's not a lot of workload.
yeah.
Mostly that. Yeah, so I think the form is available in the description below at the right now, and we'll be ending our session. Any more questions? You can follow us on our Insta handle, and you can send over the questions over there. We'll be answering you.
Yeah. So it was
Let's
good to
I
see
hope you
you
had a
all.
good time.
And
Don't
we'll
forget to
hope
fill the form.
to see more of you.
Okay, our
Yeah,
interview is going to be held. Yeah, well, we'll go through your responses, and yeah, most of the time the form is not like a test. You just have to put in answers. Like if you fill the form, then yeah, we'll interview you.
it's
Like
not
don't
basically a
lose.
whole shortlisting procedure. It's just
Yeah.
getting to know who is interested, and so we can go and interview you. Yeah, all right. Please fill the form, and
Okay.
we'll be ending here now.
Yeah.
Follow us on our Insta handle.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.